Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. My husband asked me for an open marriage because he wasn't attracted to me anymore. About 1 year ago my husband, F39, M48, told me that he wasn't sexually attracted to me anymore. I kind of understood that because since our second, M4, was born he hasn't had sex with me. He said he loved me more than anything in the world and that the rest of the relationship was perfect, but he needed to have sex or he would go crazy. I was taken aback, but I started asking him about the definition of open marriage and we discussed it over a few weeks. Tbh I was feeling sexually deprived and the idea started to grow on me. I said yes and asked if there were any rules, and he said usually every couple had their own rules. So our rule is not to bring them home and use protection. My husband was very clear that he also wanted to know who the other person/persons is and when. When he said it was to plan our days. He was meeting new women within a week. He told me everything, showed me pictures and was gone most of the night. Not gonna lie, I felt like shit, but I thought he needed to give it time. I was more careful however because I needed to know the people I had sex with and at least had some kind of feelings. But I started to relax more and flirt back with guys. One of them is a client J, M36, at the bank I work for, not my client, but he sees me often and he has always been pleasant and extra chatty with me. Now I started flirting about a month ago. I finally decided that I was ready to start sleeping with others. I told Jay about my arrangement. He was disappointed at first, but then he said he was in. I went home to my husband and asked him if he was going to do anything that Friday and he said no. I told him that it was good because I needed him to be with the children. I showed him Jay and told him I was meeting him Friday. He was silent. Friday came and my husband texted me that he was stuck at work and that he was going to meet a girl so he couldn't watch the children. This continued. Every time I fixed a date with Jay he would do the same and leave me with the children. I don't mind spending time with my children, but I was getting annoyed anyway. Last Monday I had no meetings at work after lunch, which often means that I don't need to stay in place. I texted Jay if he wanted to meet and he was at home. My children are in daycare. I went to his place and it was amazing. I have missed this so much. The feeling that I'm desired and someone's eyes filled with lust for me, my body. When I got home I told my husband and he was livid because I didn't tell him beforehand. I broke a rule. I told him that I didn't. He knew that I was seeing this guy and that I've been trying to make time. Anyway, he didn't speak to me the rest of the evening. He woke me up in the middle of the night with gentle kisses and touches and we had sex 3 times. First in almost 5 years. And we have had sex every night since. Now he's saying that he is attracted to me again and that's why we need to close the marriage again, but I don't want to. I like having other options and we're not hurting anyone. I hope you help me and not be so judgmental of me. I've been lurking here and I see many have open marriages and get help without judgment. I hope this goes for my post as well. Read this story so many times. Husband suggests open marriage to get a free pass to screw around. At the end, the wife finds out she liked the arrangement, and the husband is furious. I don't know if I should laugh or cry. There was one popular one just yesterday, and from the husband's perspective, I'm just appalled that so many people in the other one couldn't believe it and thought it was a troll. Like it's incredibly damn common. Any chance for a link? Also, your husband didn't want an open relationship, he wanted to be able to screw around. That's why he was never available to watch the kids when you wanted to go out. I hate to tell you this, but I don't think there's a lot of options for your relationship long term. You can do better than this. Seconding this. Those rules are for me not there. He seems like a dishonest manipulator. If it's the one I'm thinking of, Op removed it probably because of all the criticism he got. It was posted on TikTok. Thanks, ha ha ha, I can see why he removed his post. Wah wah, From what I've seen here is quite often the guys are expecting that they're going to get a lot more action than they actually do, and the women typically get way more action, which sets the husband off. Update: husband wants to close the marriage now. Other men found me attractive. Thank you everyone for waiting. I'm sorry I couldn't make an update earlier because I needed this thing to unfold before making any updates. I'm sorry in advance for making it too long, but our situation has become much more complicated than our entire marriage altogether. We never had problems before more than the usual couples arguments, but I understand now that it's because I'm just an agreeable and gullible person, because the first time I'm making the teensiest tiny resistance, our life has literally turned upside down. I have already wrote that we never had sex for years, due to lack of attraction from his part, which led to him suggesting that we opened the marriage. When I found Jay, however, my husband was suddenly attracted to me. We have been having sex regularly. I loved it because I love my husband, and it was just a wonderful feeling desired by him again, even though deep down I knew he wasn't attracted to me as much as he was panicking. I'm starting to sleep with others. I was right. Last Tuesday I was supposed to meet Jay again. So Monday evening, as per our agreement, I told my husband about it. He was so surprised. Why do you want to meet him when I've ducked you every night for the past week? I just looked at him and told him that I didn't understand what he meant. We had an open marriage and I've been very clear that I didn't want to close it again. I felt happy and content for the first time in years, and he has been sleeping with others for a year without any problems. Why now? Well, he told me that he hadn't been with anyone in almost 2 weeks because he thought that I was enough, so he didn't understand why he wasn't enough for me. I asked him why the sudden interest in me and my body. He has never been so interested before and never so passionate and attentive, not even when I was 10 years younger and more beautiful. He said he always found me beautiful and he didn't know why he's more attracted now. I told him that I knew why, because suddenly you couldn't picture someone else with your wife, and suddenly I was more than a wife, a mother in your eyes. I was a sexual being. He tried to deny it, but I didn't budge. I told him that he wasn't seeing other women because he's too busy trying to keep me at bay. The moment I was under his control again, he would lose interest and start seeing other women. Hopefully when I'm pregnant, because in your mind I would be less appealing to men. He was so angry about this and he told me it was all in my head. He threw the dinner plate across the room and left. He spent the night outside. Next day when he was calmer, I told him that I didn't want to close our marriage. I loved him very much, but I was miserable without sex. I believed in my heart that we, the both of us, could have the cake and eat it too. We could have our beautiful life with our children and careers, families and friends, our hobbies, our trips and dinner dates. Everything that we loved and cherished about each other, and active sex lives with like-minded people. I told him that he didn't seem to be as cool with my pics as I was all these months with all the women he showed me. Maybe I could be more discreet so the men I met stayed faceless in his mind. Maybe it was easier. He didn't answer me. Or we could go separate ways. To this he was starting to get agitated again, so I asked him to calm down and listen. He just couldn't demolish my kitchen and walk away every time I said something that wasn't to his taste. I couldn't and wouldn't go back to how things were before opening our marriage, so he either wanted this or we got a divorce. I asked him to think about it. Thursday, when he got back from work, I had already changed and was ready to go out. He didn't say anything. When I got home he was crying and saying that he couldn't do this anymore. I told him that we only have one solution then, and it was divorce. He said that I was brutal. You're not the beautiful kind woman I married anymore. He hasn't been home this weekend. He just called every night to say goodnight to the children. He just texted me once, "Are you in love with Jay?" No. Is he better than me? No. Are you gonna start dating him if we divorce? I didn't answer. What a damn fool. He could have just put more energy into his marriage instead of acting like a horn dog to a bag. I will never understand this part. How he ignored me all these years and now he's just willing to sleep with me every night. All because of jealousy? He doesn't see you as a person, the same way as he views himself. You're not his equal to him. You're a toy that he wanted to keep nice and safe and put on a shelf, dust off and show to company, but not play with anymore. Then someone else comes along and wants to play with his toy. He had an agreement that his toy could go play with anyone as long as he could play with other toys, but toys sit on shelves. He never expected the toy to move and he never expected anyone to want to come play with his toy because it's an older model, not personally his taste. He's into the shiny new toys and can't imagine anyone else being otherwise. But someone is interested in his toy. Suddenly he's afraid it's going to be taken away. See, the toy had no agency in his mind. It's a toy. But this new kid, they might take it. He has to play with the toy now. Then the toy won't want to play with this new kid. He's known how much the old toy wanted to play with him all those years it watched him play with new toys, from its perch on the shelf. Anyway, suddenly, the toy starts to talk. What the heck? It's not supposed to be able to do that. It's a toy. The toy says they don't want to be put back in their display box on the shelf. They like being played with. Your husband then throws a hissy fit because his toy isn't letting him move it like he wants to anymore, because you're not a toy, you're a person, and he's a narcissist. Also, this metaphor started getting weird, sorry. Question: do your friends and family know about your open marriage? If not, then if he doesn't get his way he'll just tell everyone that you're cheating on him with Jay. No one knows about us opening the marriage. One of the rules. Do you have a contract with rules about open marriage? No, just a verbal arrangement. He might tell people you're cheating. Save any messages or pictures you have about your arrangement. Check your state. If it's a no-fault divorce state, see if you can find/save evidence of your husband's side chicks. Start telling people or your husband will tell his twisted version. As soon as he starts telling people his story, he'll ruin your relationships with your loved ones and your reputation. Check your state if it's a no-fault divorce state. Hate to be that guy, but Op doesn't live in a state or the states. Op lives in Sweden, the OK instead of and was the giveaway. The update I needed. Thank you. You deserve so much better than your selfish, insecure husband. You did great, Op. Keep holding your ground and don't allow yourself to be manipulated by the man-child you married. Divorce isn't the end, it's a new beginning. Good luck with everything. I really wish we wouldn't come to this, but divorce is probably the only solution now. He can't handle the new arrangement and he's left now, probably a little because he's hurt or sad, but mostly to keep me at home with the children so I don't meet Jay or anyone else. I know my husband very well by now. He will tell everyone you cheated and that's why he's leaving. Control the narrative early on. The ones I care about will believe me. I don't care about the rest, TBH. You could point out that all the years he wasn't sleeping with you, I can guarantee he was sleeping with someone else behind your back. Congrats on your spine. Keep it up. Seriously, get the best lawyer you could find. Something tells me he's going to be vicious. I don't doubt that at all. Not sure I want to open that can of worms by asking/accusing him of that. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night. Wherever you are.